Hey, how's it going? This is Allan from mindvisionmedia.net, and this tutorial is going to be about the responsive theme from CyberChimps version 1949, the latest update, and we're going to discuss the older version of the responsive theme and the confusion that surrounds the homepage PHP file and the new front-page PHP file. Basically, in the older version, the file was called home.php, and basically it controlled the content that's on the front page, basically your titles, your subtitle, your content on the left side. Then it also had your call to action button, and excuse me, and on the right side it had your featured image and anything else you added on the right side. And the newer versions changed the file name to front-page PHP, and this, of course, I took this from the latest version, version 1.9.4.9, and even though it's called front-page PHP, it's still pretty not exact, but it covers everything that the old file home PHP covers. The difference is that the code is tighter, the code is more streamlined, the code is newer. They're using better code, basically, so it reduces the file a little bit, and they're using some different methods. The internet is changing, so methods change along with that, so they've done a good job of refining the code. But everything that my tutorials cover, my older tutorials cover on the old home.php file, all the modifications that I made to this file can and will work on the new front-page PHP file. And so we're going to kind of go over that for a little bit. Alright, so let's start at the top, basically with the old one. And this is taken from version 1.893 of the responsive theme. This is the old version. Alright, so it was called home.php, and basically it just kind of starts with the column 940 width, and then we got a grid that's 460 wide, and that contains the headline, and this stuff is on the left side, and the featured title right there, hello world, okay, and the subheadline. Alright, your H2 subheadline here, that's the stuff on the left side of the responsive theme homepage. Alright, so we got the headline, subheadline, and then the content that's underneath that, your title, subtitle, this very content is editable, blah blah blah, which is the text that's on the left hand side. And then underneath that is the call to action button, and that's right here, call to action button, CTA button, and those options are right here. There's the color, blue button, as I mentioned in one of my earlier tutorials regarding the call to action button. You can change the color of the button right here, and let's see, yep, there we go, blue button, call to action. And on the right side, that's the end of that column, and we start a new column 460 wide called featured image, and that's the stuff on the right side of the home page of the responsive theme, and that has the featured image in it with the computer screen and the tablet screen and the cell phone screen and stuff like that. and there's the end of that. Okay, so looking at the new one that has been changed to front, oops, that's actually Front-Page PHP. Alright, so we take a look at that, and there's the file name, Front-Page PHP. This is for the newer versions of the responsive theme, and it has a bit more code in the beginning. Those are some new instructions. But here we go. We're going to follow along with the old one. Okay, so we got our grid 940 and our grid of 460. We got our grid of 940 and our grid of 460. Okay, this is for the headline. This is for the home headline. Okay, there's the text, hello world, and on this one it's welcome to Allan's world. And we got the featured subtitle. Come on down over here, we got home sub headline, basically the same thing, different text and nomenclature. Your H2 sub headline here, it's the same over here. And let's see, underneath that we got the content area, home content area, and over here we got the same, basically the same thing right here, and home content area, and your title, subtitle, blah blah blah, your title, subtitle, blah blah blah. Okay, they both have that. Then the call to action button is underneath that, and we got the same thing over here, call to action button. Again, this is the home.php file, and this is the front-page PHP file comparison. Okay, so we got the call to action button, and let's see, there we go, and there's the text for it, call to action, and let's see, underneath that we got an end of that column, and then we got featured image. Okay, we got the end of that column right there. Okay, right there, and we got featured image, and that's the image on the right side with the computer screens and the tablet screens, etc. And that's the same thing over here. There it is, featured image. So the coding is slightly different, if you can tell by just looking at this little section right here. This looks tighter and leaner than this. It's not as bulky. So some refinement in the code, but all the same features and columns and grids and everything are still there. Call to action button still there. Featured image is still there. Let's see, call to action, yep, and content area right here, and then we have sub headline. We got the subtitle right here, same thing, sub headline right here. Okay, home sub headline, and we got the headline, and we got the home headline all right here. And we got the grid column beginning at 460. We got the grid column beginning at 460 right here. Okay, and then we got the beginning of the main grid at 940. Same thing here. And then these are just rules for the browser. And then we got the title and all that good stuff, and that's what we have over here basically. So they're, in comparison, they're pretty much the same. What we want to do is run a little test. Here we are at the responsive theme home page. I'm going to go ahead and jump over into the dashboard, and we're going to go over here to appearance and editor. Actually, let's go to themes. Oh no, we can go back to editor. Should be there. Here we are. We're on version 1949. Okay. version 1949. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go jump into the Front-Page PHP file. Okay. And this was just the file. This is the file that we were just comparing to the older file. Okay. So I'm going to make a little change here. Right here, where we had the beginning, we're just at the top now. Okay. Where the feature title and all that began. So I'm just going to make a little change here. Change that from a 460 width to a 940 width. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to change that to 940 width, and then I'm going to change that to 940 width. And I'm going to go ahead and update that file. Now this is the latest version, Front-Page PHP for the responsive theme. And I just made basically one of the edits that my older tutorials teaches, and we're going to refresh, and there you have it. You have 940 width content area and a 940 width featured content area, just like that. So the same methods I used on the older home.php file works on the new Front-Page PHP file. Okay, I get a lot of questions, a lot of emails, a lot of comments about that. It does work. You just have to take your time, make sure you're copying and pasting and cutting the correct code. If you cut off any code or take too much code, you'll break the theme. That's why you should be working on the child theme and or working on a backup copy of your files, just to be safe. Okay, so if that works, then let's see, what else can we do? We can go to let's see, why don't we go to slides. I have a plugin installed called Meteor Slides, and let's do this. Let's go here. I'm just going to copy this short code right here, and if we go to appearance and theme options, we're going to go to home page, and let's see what's on top. Title, call to action. We'll do this here. Okay, we're going to put in a Meteor slideshow, just like that. Copy the shortcode, paste the shortcode in there, go to the home page, refresh, and now I have a full page with a full width slider on the home page, just like that. Okay, and this is a modification that I used on the older home.php file, and I get a lot of complaints that it doesn't work on the new Front-Page PHP file, but it obviously does. Just have to be very careful once again when you're handling the code. Like I stated in an earlier tutorial, you can get rid of the call to action button altogether if you want to. Right here under theme elements, disable that call to action, and get rid of that if you want. And then you have the featured content area. You can do the same there. You can put that Meteor slideshow here or there, doesn't matter. This is 940 width as well, so it gives you a lot of space to work with. Alright, so I just wanted to show and demonstrate that things do work on either version, and that was the new version. So let's go and switch over to, let's go way back. How about we go to version 1893. Now that's old. Okay, I keep that around because I do tutorials on all these different versions. Alright, so that's the current theme now. So this is all going to change right now when I refresh. And there we have the basic, simple home page. I'm going to go ahead and put the call to action button back on there. Oops, didn't mean to go there. Let's see. Go there. I'm not sure which page they had there. Let's see. I believe it was sample page. Go ahead and leave that there. Save and publish that. Close that. What I'm not seeing here is my override button. For the front page. That's what I'm not seeing there. Okay, I don't see the option to override the responsive home page, but what we can do is go over here to settings, go to reading settings, and if you notice we do have the home page now after it refreshed, but you want it to be on your latest post in order to obtain that. Okay, so now that we're there, we have our content area and our featured content area. Now we're going to run a test on the editor. Go to Appearance, Editor. I'm going to go to the home.php file, which is the older version. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And as you can see, we got our beginning grid, 940. We got our column grid of 460 for the home headline, sub-headline, and call to action button. We're going to go ahead and make some changes to that. And we're going to scroll down just like we did on the newer version. And we're going to change the grid here. And we're going to change the grid here. Alright, I'm going to update that file. And now remember, this is the old 1.8.9.3 version of the responsive theme. I just used the same method, and here we have it. Okay. Featured content underneath the main content area with a full featured slider. If I want to disable that button, I can do so in theme options, just as with the newer version. Disable call to action button. Save that. Go there. Refresh, and the button's gone. And I show in other tutorials how to tighten up the white space and stuff like that if you want. So using Firefox browser and a couple of tools like Firebug and FireFTP, you can locate where these areas are with white space and learn where you need to go and adjust the settings. Alrighty, so that was a comparison for the responsive theme, older versions compared to the newer versions where they changed the file name from home.php to front-page PHP. Oh, and if you're wondering why the slideshow automatically became full screen, is because I have the same plugins installed in my responsive directory for both versions of the responsive theme. So the large slideshow that I had available for the other version was available for this one. So there you have it. Alrighty, if you have any questions, give me a holler. Alright, take care.